In a land called Galilee, there lived a couple named Joseph and Mary. By God's grace, they were blessed with a daughter. They rejoiced at her birth, but their happiness was clouded by sorrow because the child was born blind. Upon realizing this, the couple was deeply saddened. Yet, with unwavering faith, Joseph prayed, "Lord, you have blessed us with this child according to your will. Who am I to question her fate? If it is your desire, you alone can heal her." Despite their pain, the family continued to grow and prosper under God's grace. As the years passed, their daughter grew older but remained unable to see. The sight of her helplessness pained them greatly. Then, one day, Joseph saw a man running joyfully, shouting in excitement. Curious, he approached the man and asked, "Why are you so happy? Has something great happened to you?" The man replied, "Yes, the Lord Jesus has performed a miracle on me. I was blind, but he gave me sight. Who else could do such a marvelous thing except the Lord?" Joseph was overjoyed upon hearing this and eagerly asked, "Where is this Lord Jesus?" The man told him where to find him. Without hesitation, Joseph took his blind daughter and set out to meet Jesus. Upon arriving, they saw a great crowd gathered around Jesus. Desperate, Joseph began calling out loudly, "Lord, please have mercy on my daughter. I have come from afar to seek your grace. She suffers greatly without sight." Hearing his cries, Jesus turned toward them and said, "Make way. A little child has come to see me. Let her come near." The crowd stepped aside, and Joseph brought his daughter before Jesus. Jesus looked at Joseph and called him by name. Joseph was astonished. "Lord, you know everything. You see all. Please have mercy on my daughter." Jesus asked, "Joseph, do you believe that I can do this?" Joseph replied without hesitation, "Yes, Lord, I believe." Jesus then spit on the ground, made clay with the dust, and placed it over the girl's eyes. Then he instructed them, "Go and wash her eyes in the river." They did as he commanded, and at that very moment the girl's sight was restored. She opened her eyes and saw the world for the first time. The people witnessing this miracle began shouting in praise, "Glory to the Lord!" Joseph and his daughter fell to their knees, thanking Jesus. Overwhelmed with joy, they returned home, and Joseph told Mary everything that had happened. Mary, too, was filled with gratitude and began to pray fervently to the Lord. Many people, upon hearing of this miracle, eagerly sought Jesus. He continued to heal the sick and forgive sins. However, the ruler of that land, King Hebel, grew angry upon hearing about Jesus. He confronted him, saying, "Who are you? Why do you make the people follow you? This is my kingdom. By whose authority have you come here? Do not test my patience. Leave this place at once." But Jesus only smiled and walked away without argument. Days later, disaster struck the land. A terrible plague spread, causing people to suffer and die from excessive bleeding. The townspeople, remembering Jesus' miracles, cried out for him, "Only the Lord can heal us." When the king heard their cries, he recalled Jesus' words. In desperation, he sent messengers to find Jesus. The messengers searched far and wide, but returned exhausted, saying, "O king, we have looked everywhere, but we cannot find him." King Hebel then remembered what Jesus had once said, "Seeking me will tire you." Yet, after 3 days, Jesus himself appeared before the king. Overwhelmed, the king fell at his feet and pleaded, "Lord, forgive me. I should not have treated you so harshly. My kingdom is suffering from a deadly disease." Jesus calmly replied, "I already know. I now command this disease to disappear." At that moment the plague vanished. The people, now healed, rejoiced and praised the Lord. Realizing the truth, the king declared, "This miracle belongs only to the Lord Jesus." The entire kingdom rejoiced, welcoming Jesus with hymns and songs. Women came forward singing, "The radiant King has come. The glorious Lord shines like the sun. Jesus the King has arrived. The whole world shall know his name." As Jesus continued teaching the people, a woman suddenly stepped forward and shouted, "You are not the Lord. Who told you that you are God? My Father in heaven alone is God." Despite her accusations, Jesus remained calm. The people around him reassured each other, "Do not listen to her. The Lord is here for all living beings." And so the people continued to follow Jesus, praising him for his love and miracles.